Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sally and this is Secret Life of a Seamstress. So today I'm here to share with you what I was going to call a mini fabric haul and sewing plans, but actually when I've looked through all the fabric I've got to share with you, it's not very many actually, so I'm just going to call it a fabric haul and some sewing plans. So my last video was a wardrobe edit where I went through all of my clothes and tried to think about what I needed to make to fill some of the gaps in my wardrobe. What kind of came from that was that I needed to make more kind of comfy, cosy jersey type makes because I spend a lot of time at home, I spend a lot of time outside, so a lot of my time is spent kind of in sweatshirts and jeans, jumpers. I love my dresses as well, but I think the dresses were kind of overtaking my comfy and cosy clothes for autumn and winter, and that really is because I don't make a lot of jersey makes because it's just not my favourite thing to do. It's always my favourite thing to make a nice dress out of a nice viscose or rayon or something. I'd much rather be doing that than working with jersey. Don't know why. It's probably because I'm a little bit nervous of it still maybe. But anyway, I've decided this autumn and winter that I'm really going to try and tackle that and make a lot of my kind of more casual clothes myself. So with that in mind, I made a bit of a list of all the things that I wanted to make, and I went fabric shopping online and I've ordered a few fabrics. Most of these are jersey, but there is a few woven fabrics in there as well, which I may have shared before. In fact, I think I have shared before in another fabric haul. There's only a couple that I've shared before, but I just thought I'd mention them again just to show you what I'm planning to make with them, because I think my plans have changed from what I might have said I was going to make with them before. So with all that said, I will get started and show you my first fabric. So not only did I shop for myself when I was buying my fabrics, I also shopped a little bit for my children as well, because I love making clothes for my daughter, as you know. I also want to start making more things for my son. So first up is something I'd like to make for my daughter, and I got this lovely French terry fabric, which is really cute. This is from Minerva. It's like an aqua colour, aqua background with little bunny prints all over it, and it's not that warm inside. It's like a loop back jersey, I guess you would call it, but it's really lovely. Got quite a bit of stretch in there as well, and with that I'm just planning to make another, I should say, jasmine sweatshirt by Ikiti Patterns, and I have mentioned before that I've made this pattern several times. I've made it for my daughter and for my son, and I love this pattern, so I'm just going to make her another one of those, and I'm going to do the version with the frill on the sleeve because I think that's really cute for a little girl, and it kind of just adds something a little bit different to a sweatshirt pattern. So that's what I'm going to make with that for her, and hopefully I'll get round to that soon. And another fabric, while I was looking for that one, I came across this kind of, what would you call this, like a camouflage type print, also a French terry, and I bought this in their sale. It was only about £7 a metre I think, and I just got a metre in the hope that that would be enough to make him a sweatshirt. It's another loop back jersey. I think it was described as French terry, but actually I guess it's still a French terry, but it's not that soft and there's hardly any stretch in there. So yeah, if you were going to make a t-shirt or something from it, it probably wouldn't be suitable for that because there's hardly any stretch. But what I'm going to make with it is this little sweatshirt, and this is a pattern that I picked up from Stop and Still when I was actually doing my fabric shopping and looking at fabrics for myself. I had a look at their patterns as well, and they've actually got some really nice patterns on their website, but you buy them a little bit differently to normal. So when you're buying them, they're quite cheap. I think this was about £4, and you buy them by size, so I had to make sure that I got my measurements right. And my son is 11 now, and he's just over 140 centimetres, so I went for the 140 centimetres size, and I'm just hoping that it's going to fit, because I think there was this size and then it really jumped up. Yeah, it jumps up to 152 So if I went up for like the next size up, it would have been probably way too big for him, which is a little bit annoying. So it jumps, so you can buy sizes age 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it jumps up to 12 and 14. So I think the size 12 would have probably been a little bit too big for him. So I went for the size 10, age 10, in the hope that it will still fit him. He's only just over 140 centimetres, so I'm hoping it'll be okay. Fingers crossed, but it is a little bit awkward when you're buying by size rather than being able to sort of trace your own size out and grade between pattern sizes if you need to. So this will be a test. I have used a stop and still pattern before for my daughter for a t-shirt pattern, and it was really nice actually. So hopefully this will be okay. I'm actually waiting for some ribbon to come. I've ordered some black ribbon to use for this, just to kind of bring out the black in that camo pattern. So hopefully that will arrive soon. On to fabrics that I bought for myself. I bought a fabric that you probably will have seen already because I think so many people have this lovely fabric. I've seen it around a lot on Instagram and also more recently on a couple of YouTube videos, fabric hauls and things. So this is a lovely fleece back jersey, and I brought this from Higgs & Higgs, and it's a lovely kind of emeraldy green colour with black scribbles all over it, and on the back's kind of fleecy, and it feels really, really cosy, and I feel like this is what I need in my wardrobe. So I need more sort of easy to wear things that I can just throw on a normal day when I'm doing the school run or dog walking or whatever, that are going to feel warm and comfy. So that's why I went for this, and I was also kind of persuaded by all the other people that I'd seen buy and make things from this. Kath from Cathcraft, or made by Cathcraft I think she is, she's made a lovely Jarrah sweatshirt from the rust colourway of this, and it looks lovely. So yeah, I'm hoping that this will sew up really well into a sweatshirt. And the pattern I'm going to use for that is the Linden sweatshirt. So this is a pattern that has been on my list for so long. I've seen so many versions of this sewn up, and I'm not sure really why I haven't tried it before because everything says that it's a really easy pattern, a really easy kind of first sweatshirt pattern to use. I have made sweatshirts before. I've made the Jarrah, is it Jarrah? I don't know. The Megan Nielsen Jarrah sweatshirt anyway, I've made that one. And that was also a lovely sweatshirt pattern, but I really like the raglan sleeves in this one. I just think that's more of a normal sweatshirt kind of look, so I thought I would buy this pattern as well and just have it in my collection. So that's what I'm going to use to make the sweatshirt up in this green fabric, and I actually can't wait to get that made up because I'd really like to wear this as soon as possible. So I just thought I'd show you another fabric which I have shared before, but I'm going to make another Linden sweatshirt, and I'm going to use this, I'm not sure what you call this, but it's got a fleece, a proper fleecy back to it. I guess you'd just call it a fleece back jersey, fleece back sweatshirt in fabric, and it's this lovely animal print. And I got this from Minerva as well quite a while ago, but I'm actually still looking for some ribbing that I can use for the cuffs for this, which is surprisingly hard to find in this dark grey colourway. I did order some from eBay and it arrived, and it's just a little bit too light for this colour of grey, so I'm going to have to reorder that and try and get like a better match for this. I don't really want to use the jersey for the neckband and the cuffs because I think because of the animal print it would be just a little bit too much, so I'm looking for some ribbing really. So I need to go back and just order some of that, but yeah, that's another Linden sweatshirt that I'm hoping to make up. So again, while I was shopping for Jersey on the Stuff and Steal website, I came across this lovely like a ladies like a ladies sweatshirt pattern with like a really lovely puffy sleeve to it, and on the website there was a picture of the sweatshirt made up and it looked really nice, so I thought I would get this and give it a go because it's like it's a normal sweatshirt obviously, but it's just with the puffy sleeves, just makes it a little bit more special really, doesn't it? Something different. So I thought I would get that and give it a go. I quite like the short sleeve version there too for the summer, spring and summer, but obviously for the colder months I'm going to go for the longer sleeve version like that. And to try that one out, I got myself this pink sweatshirting fabric. So it's a really lovely kind of mauvey pink almost. It's called Dusty Violet. So yeah, that's what that's called. I'll link it down below. And it's almost a kind of mauvey pink, and it's got a lovely cosy fleecy back to it. So I really like the look of that, and I'm actually waiting for some more ribbing to come, which I hope is going to match this. It's so hard to find ribbing to match your sweatshirt in sometimes, isn't it? Because I think when you're trying to shop online, you just can't always tell the colours. So I'm just hoping that the pink I've ordered is going to match that and will work okay for the cuffing. But yeah, I thought that was quite different. So again, I had to choose this pattern based on my size. So I went for a size S, and the size S doesn't actually give you, it's quite a vague kind of size guide on their website. So I'm just hoping this is going to fit okay. Yeah, I don't really mind if it's a bit oversized. I'd rather it be too big than too small, which I guess is kind of obvious. But yeah, I don't mind an oversized sweatshirt. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving that one a go and just seeing how those puffy sleeves work up. I've actually got a candle on behind me, and I'm just being really careful putting the fabric behind me in case I set anything alight. I thought I'd put a candle on for a bit of ambience and to make it smell nice in here, but it could be a little bit of a fire hazard with all this fabric and paper going around on the table. Anyway, I also picked up, these were two fabrics that I wasn't planning to buy at all, but it just caught my eye. I picked up this really cute cotton jersey, again for my daughter, who gets a bit spoiled, but it's Stop and Still fabrics. They're so lovely for children. They have really lovely prints, jerseys and woven fabrics actually, but this one just caught my eye because my daughter loves dogs. And all animals actually, and she particularly likes sausage dogs, so I couldn't really not buy this. So this is like, I think it's called a petrol colourway, that kind of deep blue background with some little sausage dogs all over it. And I got a metre of that, and what I'm going to make with that is another jersey dress, the same as the one I made in my How to Sew a Girl's jersey dress video, which I'll link down below. Or if I can, I'll link it up here, which I haven't worked out how to do yet. But yeah, I did a video on how I sewed a little jersey dress for my daughter, and I'm just going to literally copy that. And she really likes that dress actually, and I'm so pleased that I had to go and made it for her because she's worn it quite a lot. So yeah, I'm literally going to make another version of that with this beautiful doggy print jersey, which I kind of want to keep for myself. And also from Stop and Still again, I couldn't really not buy this one. It's a rainbow print cotton jersey again, just on a cream background. And can you see that the rainbows are just pink and kind of a taupey colour with a glittery silver parts of the rainbow. And that's really lovely. Cover myself up with it. Really nice quality, as always, from Stop and Still. I love their fabrics. But with this, I'm going to make my daughter a pair of pyjamas. Now, I made her a pair of pyjamas back in the spring, I think, just by using a long sleeve t-shirt pattern, the same t-shirt pattern actually that I used to make the jersey dress in my other video, which I'm going to use again to make this doggy dress. So I basically just made the long sleeve t-shirt as the t-shirt part of the pyjamas, and then I made a pair of leggings. And the pattern I used for that was, can't remember the name of it now, but it's a leggings pattern by Bobbins and Buttons, and I'll insert a picture of my daughter wearing the pyjamas so you can see what they look like, and I'll link the pattern down below and also insert a picture of the pattern if I can. But that worked really well, so it was just like a pair of leggings and a t-shirt top really, and she found that really comfortable to wear. So I'm just going to replicate that and make her a really cosy pair of pyjamas for winter. So on to a couple of woven fabrics that I'm planning to use over the next few months. The first one is a new one. that you won't have seen before. This arrived recently from Minerva and it was gifted in exchange for a blog post. So this is a rayon, I think, or a viscose. It's kind of a really drapey fabric. I've got it upside down, but it's a really pretty rust colour with flowers all over it, I guess, like a splotchy flower print all over it. And has this got the name of it? Oh, it's an art gallery fabric. Art gallery rayon. There we go. A rust coloured art gallery rayon, and it's really, really lovely. It's drapey, it's kind of slightly sheer, but I think you get away with it for a dress. I haven't completely decided what I'm going to make with this yet, but what I'd really like to try is, you may have seen recently that I did a hack of the sagebrush top, the Friday Pattern Company sagebrush top with the Fibre Mood Norma sleeves. I'll insert a picture of it here if you haven't seen it already, but I do feel like I've gone on and on about this top quite a lot, so I hope you're not fed up of me talking about it, but I'll insert it here so you know what I'm talking about. And I would really like to try that again, but as a dress. So what I would do is make the top and either extend it all the way down to make a dress and add some elastic or shearing around the waist to bring it in, or I would just cut the top shorter and add an elasticated waist. I'm not sure, but I'd just like to try the dress version really of that pattern hack, and I think this fabric would be really pretty for it. I think I've got 2.5 meters, so that should be enough to make a dress for me, although the Norma blouse sleeves are quite big and they do take quite a lot of fabric, so I'll have to have a look at that. But yeah, I think that would make a really lovely dress. I've also seen another dress that I'd really like to try, which I cannot remember the name of again, but I know I've got it saved on my phone, so I will link it and try and insert a picture. But it's just a basic kind of dress with sheared sleeves, with sheared sleeves and a sheared kind of waist bit, so it brings it in at the waist, and it's quite a basic dress, but I think I really love shearing at the moment, and I'd like to try some shearing in an autumn dress, and I'd probably try and make that about 3/4 length, so like a midi length dress that you could wear with boots. But yeah, that is one woven fabric that I have for autumn. It's such a lovely colour, isn't it? I have 2 fabrics that you will have seen before if you've watched my last fabric haul. But I thought I'd show you them again because I really want to make these up over the next at least month or so. I'm really struggling for sewing time at the moment for dressmaking sewing. I just feel like this month of October is flying by and I haven't really sewn anything other than my daughter's jersey dress, which I did for video. But yeah, I've got so many plans, and finding time to actually make them up seems to be quite hard to find at the moment. But anyway, hopefully after half term I'll have a bit more time to sew. So this is a lovely apple print viscose that I got from Stop and Still as well, and I've had this for a little while. I've got 2.5 meters, but it's really wide, and with that I want to make the Myosotis dress, the pattern that I've had in my stash for so very long and haven't made up yet. I don't know why I haven't made it up, because I love it on everyone else I see. Something about it is just putting me off, and I'm not quite sure why. Or what it is. So I'm gonna make this up, and I'm gonna do this version, the short sleeve version, but what I want to try and do is make a ruffled skirt, but instead of having the sort of longer skirt and then the frill on the bottom, I want to make this more of a 2-tiered skirt so that both of the kind of frills are the same length, because for some reason I think that's what was putting me off of this pattern. I think I like a frill and I like a tiered skirt, but I'm going to try and make the skirt more of a tiered skirt rather than like a skirt and a frill, if that makes sense. And I'm also going to try and put a long sleeve on it. So what I'll probably do is either take a sleeve from a different dress I have, or I'll try and extend the short sleeve of this down straight so that I can just elasticate the cuff and have it as a long sleeve. So that's my plan for that, because I think this colourway I'll probably wear that quite a lot in the winter. And actually I'm really trying to wear more of my dresses. So I'm quite lazy really, I guess, in the winter at just wearing jeans and jumpers, whereas I really want to start wearing more of my dresses with tights because actually it's a really comfortable thing to wear. Last but not least, this is a fabric that I've had in my stash for a long time as well. I think I got this in the summer actually, with plans to make a summer dress with it, but I never got around to it, or I didn't know what to make with it. So I'm going to try and save this up for autumn and winter. So you can see it's like a blue animal print. It's a viscose again, and it's a really lovely, feels a little bit thicker than the one I just showed you, but it's still drapey and lovely. So what I want to make with that is a dress again based on this pattern. What I'd like to try is the long sleeve version that I was just mentioning, based on that one, and have a midi tiered skirt. So maybe have like 3 tiers to the skirt and have it just finish kind of mid-calf length. And I think that would be really handy for wearing in the winter with tights or boots or trainers or whatever. So yeah, that's my plan for that one. I'll just hold it up again so you can see. I think this is still on the Stuff and Still website actually, because when I was doing my shopping the other day I did find it. So that's all the fabrics I have to share with you today, and the plans I have for them. I hope you enjoyed them. I'll link all of the fabrics and patterns that I talked about down below, so you can go and have a look at them if you want to. And hopefully it won't take me too long to sew them up, and I will be back to share with you the things that I've made with them. I'd love you to like the video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!